Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to this quick live stream. This is kind of a test. I got a new setup here, testing from my laptop, and I thought in this video I'd go over a couple things that tend to come up quite a bit, and that is when it comes to mining profitability, what's it better to use, like Mining Pool Hub or NiceHash. And so I thought and a lot of people tend to chase the US dollar amount, so just as a quick recap, where I'm at today is I'm at a point where it's more of I'm casual mining, just to try to make as much as I can with what I have, and pretty much all the GPUs, and even I have one ASIC now, but all of that I actually got with the profits when I originally started with just 3 GPUs. So, and I started in May, very end of May of 2017. So, what I was going to do is we'll go through some of the foundations with traditional mining, and I'll use Equihash with, since I have NVIDIA cards mostly, to show you an example of getting that set up to mine with Slushpool, to show you then how I would go about to get Bitcoin, and then also show the equivalent with NiceHash to do the same thing and what the differences are. Now, most of you that are new that are using NiceHash are probably doing that to receive Bitcoin with your GPU mining and or CPU mining. So for starters, and as you probably know, you can't mine Bitcoin directly with GPUs, because the SHA-256 algorithm ASICs are just so high nowadays that it's not profitable. So a couple ways to do that is to mine alternate coins to exchange them for Bitcoin, or use software like NiceHash, where you mine with your GPU algorithms and get paid out in Bitcoin. I also use miningpoolhub.com and just use their auto exchange, and I'll explain how that works here as well. So to begin, let me switch over to, so we got this set up right. So I've got a desktop. This is has an old, what does it have? It's a GTX 760, not something I would recommend mining with, but one of the popular mining tools is the EWBF CUDA Zcash miner. So if you go to the GitHub to download this, it's essentially just an executable that you run on your desktop. And if you run it from the command line, so if we type in miner and -h, -h for help, this gives you a list of all the variables that you can add to it. And you can see the examples here. You got miner, then specify the server, the port, username, password. CUDA devices, if you have more than one GPU, you can have separate instances. So, you could, if you have multiple cards, you could say card 0 and 1, mine, this pool and algorithm, and then open another command prompt, run it again with 2 and 3 to run something else. But usually in this case, what people will do is create these bat files. They're .bat, so that way you can, let me see if I can zoom in here. So that way you just click on it and it will run the command for you, so you don't have to type this out every time. So for this quick example, what I'm going to do is just run the miner, specify the Slushpool with the username, worker, password, and port. So when I run this, for those of you that use NiceHash Legacy miner, this may look familiar because you'll see that the Legacy NiceHash miner uses a lot of these third-party programs, which, and I'll get into that when we talk more about NiceHash. But here, I'm just starting the mining process, and if we go back over to the pool, in a few moments we'll start seeing that there we go. You can see the hash rate is starting to tick up. Now, there are some pools, you'll have to look at how they're set up, because some pools are pay per share, some are like PPLNS, where you basically, whether they find a block or not, they'll pay you. It's kind of averaged out. And I know like Antpool has a bunch of different, some enhanced versions, and they usually have descriptions on how that is. But the premise is with Slushpool in particular, if no blocks are found, you don't get paid. So, and you get a percentage based on how much hash rate you contribute to the pool. And then I have this set up to pay me out once one full Zcash is mined, then, and at this rate, 45 years from now. So in 45 years from now, when they pay me my one Zcash coin, then that'll go into my Zcash wallet. Now, alternatively, I can also have that go to, say, an exchange like Poloniex, and this is what I used to do. So on Poloniex here, you can see that the price is based in BTC. So if I were to have, you can see like right here, the highest, see, I don't know if let me see if I can zoom in on this. Yeah, right here. So basically this is saying if I have one full Zcash right now as we speak, I could get 0.04 Bitcoin. And then from there, I can either send the Bitcoin to my wallet or to an exchange like Coinbase or something like that. And let's see. Sorry, I had a message popped up saying that the stream quality was bad. So hopefully this is coming out okay. But anyway, so that's how, so for an example, if you could keep it on the exchange, but it's not a good idea. I used Wincash. And so that way, you know, I can't kind of keep an eye on the price, and when it spikes up, then I would put it on the exchange to exchange for Bitcoin to get the maximum amount. And that's kind of, and if you go to, let's see, zoom out a little bit. You know, here you can see 0.04 last time I refreshed here. So it's about right. So that way I know when I do the exchange, I mean, there are some fees, of course, but that kind of gives me an idea, you know, how much Bitcoin I will earn. And that's another thing is over time you want to kind of get away from the US dollar, because there's a lot of fluctuations between the coins as it is to try to figure out how much you make per day. It's more like 2 day, but that value will change, you know, tomorrow, you know, up or down. So it's not like really per day. So I try to look at how long does it take me to get X amount of Bitcoin. And my, if you've seen in my previous videos, my metric has been, you know, 0.02. How long does it take me to get 0.02, regardless of the price? How long does it take me to get 0.2 Bitcoin? And as you can see here in Awesome Miner, you know, with all my rigs and ASICs going, it's estimating that I would get 0.0072 BTC per day. And I have this on NiceHash right now just for demonstrations purposes. But so if we go here, you can see the different the hash rates and then how much BTC that you get. You can change this to USD. As a matter of fact, with Awesome Miner, it uses USD by default. But like I say, eventually, when you realize that Bitcoin is as its own currency, I mean, you can't really relate it, you know, to USD. other than for taking out profits. And the way I do it with the casual mining is, as long as I'm able to pay off my electrical every month, then it's profitable. And then I see however much Bitcoin I have left over, and that's what I can save or have fun money with. So let's go back over to here. Yeah, this card runs really hot. This is definitely not your mining card for recommendation. But I'll go ahead and stop this now. But what I wanted, the point of showing you this is because this is essentially what all the different programs will do in some flavor or another. You have an executable, you specify the parameters, server, port, worker ID, and then you're mining. And you'll be mining for that particular coin, whichever algorithm you're using. So when it comes to NiceHash, instead of doing this, and I should mention the reason I don't do this method anymore is because with the new tax plan, if I were to take Zcash and convert it to Bitcoin, that's a taxable event, also subject to short-term capital gains. So for me, whatever I mine, I try to get paid, or I do get paid in Bitcoin. I'll have either NiceHash that will pay you out for you, or use something like Mining Pool Hub to auto-convert for me, so that way I don't have to deal with the IRS as far as trying to figure out any of these type of exchanges, because it's hard enough with Bitcoin. So let's go over to NiceHash for a moment here, and if I refresh, let's see what's going on here. This is directly lined up with what I have going on over here, so let's see how close it is right now. So see, NiceHash is estimating 0059, whereas this is estimating 0072, but again, that's why even on a day-to-day basis, I can quickly see, based on the payouts here, how close the estimates are, because they're never correct, and it's even further off when you go by USD. Excuse me. So let's as you can see, that it shows 5 workers right now. Oh, sorry, I didn't switch the screen. Yeah, so what I was saying is this is where the difference is, but what you can see is you can compare what the actual payout is to compare what it shows, you know, over here with the 0.0072. And so right now you can see I have 5 workers, and this is through NiceHash, right? So if we go back over here, I just showed you an example using Slushpool. Well, you can do the same thing with NiceHash. So as you can see in this bat file, see, zoom in here. The only difference now is I am specifying an Equihash server and using, for the user, using my wallet address, password, and port 3357. So if I launch this, this might look familiar to some of you that are using NiceHash Legacy, because it's actually using these third-party programs in the background. And this program in particular takes about 2% of whatever you're earning, or it's the development fee that's built in. And so whenever you mine with this, it's 2%, like how I had it with Slushpool, and the Slushpool takes 2%, so that's 4% of total potential profits taken out. But then when you take in, I think Slushpool, or not Slushpool, NiceHash takes additional 3%. So right off the bat, there's 5% of the total profits being taken off the top. And so, oops, I didn't mean to actually stop that yet. Keep this going. because then what we'll do is we'll refresh over here. And see, now you can see I have 6 workers. And notice that this one shows 0 souls. And that's because you can see the difficulty here, 1024. That'll probably drop some more after a certain amount of time. Because what this difficulty does is it tells your miner software to, if you find a block that's not big enough to be considered as a block reward, it tells the pool that you're doing the work. And so based on the difficulty and how often you send shares at this difficulty level, that's how the pool can verify your hash rate. And that's how they figure out your hash rate. So when you're not sending a lot, it'll see the work, but it's going to be, like with this card in particular, it's pretty slow. That's why you can see, like here with SHA-256, it says 11.26, but if you look over, let's see, if you look over here, it is saying 13.63, and that's just because of the discrepancies on when the shares actually get to the pool. So it's let me refresh again and just see if it will register anything, or if you see the difficulty go down. Nope. But over time, that will go down. But you'll see that a lot of times too with like kryptonite CPU mining, because it's just not, you're not going to make any money with it, because the pool, it's like, I don't think so. But one of the big differences with this now too is, let's say if this was all I had for Equihash. Well, what you can do is, so I can click on this for buyers. Guess we got to log in. So what I can do is we'll go to click on my pools, and these are pools that I have created, and because I think I have, okay, here's see that SHA-256, let's see. I thought I had an Equihash for Slushpool, but maybe not. But basically what I can do then is, let's say if I wanted to mine with some other pool here, like Luck Pool with Equihash. Well, what I can do is go to the marketplace and choose Equihash. And these prices here, these are the rates. This is the fixed, all the ones with the F. These are the fixed rates people are willing to pay per megasol per day, and then how much, and then the number of miners that are assigned to them. So this is basically where you get paid out. So whoever you're assigned to and what their pay rate is going to dictate how much your earnings are going to be for your rented hash power. So the higher these numbers are, then the more you're going to actually earn in your estimates. But that's another factor, because not only are prices of altcoins and Bitcoin going up and down at different points that you have to take into consideration when you're mining with a pool directly. That's not really applicable for this. With this, it's whatever people are actually paying for. So if I wanted to start an order, I could say standard, and with the standard order, I can stop it at any time. So I could, mine for, days or hours. It doesn't really matter. Here's a mining pool hub, Zcash. And it will, by default, will give you kind of the average that should get you going, but usually you have to do it higher, because if, see, this is estimating, what, 0.425. So if we go all the way down, let's see, 0.425 in here. Some of these are showing 0. It's saying that I essentially should be able to get some type of hash power. So let's try that. So I'm going to have it set up from mining pool hub for Zcash. I'm going to say agree, and actually let's go to mining pool. Oh boy. Oh, vehicles. There's no vehicles. Street signs. Okay, so so if we go down to Zcash and pool, or dashboard, you can see I have 0 hash rate here. So if I start this up here, this is saying at this rate, I'll be able to run this for 1 day, 4 hours, 27 minutes. So if I place this order, right now it's in the red, meaning that it hasn't been picked up by anybody. And that's what I was saying. Usually the default, I've always found that I have to add more, and then people will start outbidding each other. And that's good for us as miners, because the more people that outbid, then the higher your profits are. So the point with this is, if you use a NiceHash and you want to know more if you're going to be getting higher rates or not, is to see what people are willing to pay on here. And supposedly with the NiceHash software, it's supposed to auto switch based on what the marketplace values are with the different algorithms. But I mean, even from back over the summer, I found that it was actually more profitable to mine with pools directly and not actually use NiceHash. Now, the exception to that is when, like, for example, Bitcoin Gold came out. I pointed Equihash, and it was just the rates just went up significantly, because a lot of people were trying to be the first to mine a lot on there. But let's see if we go back to our dashboard. All right, so you can see here I've got my balance, but there's no speed yet. So in order for me to guarantee that, I'm going to have to increase that some more. Now, let's see. Put this up in the marketplace. Okay, there it is. But still, let's see, 0 speed recorded. So let's increase the price a little bit. So if I can get it to at least start mining. But see, there's a lot of orders at the same price and different levels that all have 0. So it looks like, If we want guaranteed, we'd have to go up to 6.9. So let's actually do that. Because the whole point of this is to kind of show you what other people do that are leasing your hash power, and how this price influences how much you actually make. All right, so I should be at the top of the chain here. Pretty close. So it looks like there's 13 miners assigned to it now. Then eventually we should see there we go. Now it's starting to hash away because I increased the price. Then eventually this will update too. Switch over chat for a second. What's going on, DroidZR lover? How's the home lab? It's going. It's probably, I'll probably have some more videos because I'm trying to get the I'm waiting for the Cisco collaboration version 12 to post, and then I'm going to do a whole series on that, on all the topics with that. So now on here, what I have is I have it set up to auto convert to Bitcoin. So that way, once if we go to the wallet here, once I get 0.011, then it sends me out in Bitcoin. And again, I do that simply so I don't have to. I mean, you'll actually earn more if you mine Zcash, for example, yourself, put it on Poloniex or Bittrex, and then convert it to Bitcoin. You'll actually save yourself on some of the fees and transactions, but like I say, the tax implications with that is kind of a headache, at least until there's more regulation and specifics around it. With the general guidelines the IRS has, it's really difficult. Let's see. All right, so that's going to be about 10,000 souls. And this is pay per hash, or pay per share. So if there's any rejected shares, you're only paying for the valid shares that are accepted by the pool. See if this card is caught on fire yet. Good, it hasn't. So So yeah, I mean, so the main thing my main point with this is to show you that when you're using NiceHash, oh yeah, that was what I was going to show you too, is if you go to nicehash.com for the legacy miner. So download view on GitHub. See how you've got this bin third party.zip. This is what contains all of the extra miners that NiceHash uses. So you could use NiceHash as, you know, the nice GUI and everything, and it adds a couple of features where it will send, you know, your mining information like your cards, the temperatures and things like that to the server so you can look at it on the web GUI. But other than that, I mean, you can mine any of the coins directly and not have to use NiceHash. You can use any pool you want. There you go. So now it's starting to show. But yeah, and so right now I've got these GPUs on NiceHash. It'd be kind of funny if I was actually paying myself, using my own rigs to mine through my order, but yeah, but again, I just want to kind of show you the difference, because there seems to be a lot of you know, some people even mention that they're mining Bitcoin with NiceHash, and you're mining for Bitcoin. People are, like I showed you, they're setting their pools up to use whichever algorithm based on the cards that you have, and then you get paid out in Bitcoin. So this Antminer S9 is actually mining, well, I don't know if it's mining Bitcoin because I have it pointed to NiceHash at the moment. I've had it on NiceHash the last few weeks to kind of more to, that's what Brandon Coin's channel mainly focuses on, so I put it on here for now just to kind of see what the current stats are, because I've mostly been using Mining Pool Hub. But they're pretty close right now, more or less. But you'll notice with the profitability estimates, I mean, it's like all over the place. So let's take a quick look at statistics. So you know, you can kind of see how it's all squiggly. That's why it's, you know, at any given time when you're looking at just USD value, it's not really reliable. I usually, like I say, just focus on the Bitcoin, and then when you actually get paid, you know, I can compare, I can look at my balance. Oh, sorry guys, I did it again. Gotta remember to switch this. But you can see like the squiggly lines, and you got to remember, then I can compare, you know, daily or monthly with the Bitcoin, what the actual payout is, because that's not going to change. The value of this will change over time, but what I actually get in Bitcoin, I can kind of leverage and see, you know, as difficulty goes up, you know, how much is that impacting on how much Bitcoin I actually get on a given day. So, but that was the main thing I kind of wanted to address. I'm going to be doing another lot more series, probably do live streams when I don't have time to do edits, so at least to get some of the updates out there. Same with for both crypto and collaboration and networking. So with that, I'll wrap this up unless there's any questions comments, concerns? All right, it's a packed house tonight. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.